Married to Liam for 3 years. He never wanted me to get pregnant, so he kept me on birth control. But I felt bad he kept getting golded by our families, so I stopped taking it secretly. 6 months later, I was pregnant. I was about to text Liam when I noticed he'd left his smartwatch behind.
Messages kept popping up with photos of Liam meeting a woman alone late at night. I played the voice message. It was Nayan, our officiator and the one who set us up.
Liam, didn't I hook you up with someone great? Chloe probably still thinks you won't let her get pregnant because you care about her health.
I was the fool all along. I'd spent every day thinking only of Liam, even willing to go through a C-section for him. He once said, "I won't put you through that pain, even if we never have kids. When we're old, we'll go see the snow in Hikako and the northern lights in Antarctic." His words still echoed in my head. Over and over, it shattered whatever love I had left. The white fungus soup I'd simmered all afternoon bubbled in the clay pot. Steam blurred my eyes. It was his favorite dessert. I'd always made his favorite foods. Trying to hold on to this perfect-looking marriage, I subconsciously touched the clay pot. Scorching steam burned my fingers, and I jerked back. The pot crashed to the floor, shattering into pieces. Milky soup mixed with shards, just like my broken heart. I bent to clean up, and a shard cut my finger. Warm blood welled up. The door opened. Liam rushed in and grabbed my hands. All I could picture was him touching another woman with those same hands. I pulled away. Disgust left me speechless, my throat tight and heavy. He kept his eyes down, afraid to hold my hand again. His humility gave me a deadly illusion. Like I'd always been the one in control, like nothing had changed between us. But the ice beneath our relationship had cracked. It was fragile, ready to break any moment.
Liam, have you ever lied to me?
There are no lies between us.
His heart beat strong and steady, no change at all. He could lie to me now without even a physical reaction. Even though he tried to hide it, I still smelled a strange perfume on him.
When did you start liking perfume?
So many women at the office. Perfume everywhere. I didn't notice. I'll make them stop wearing it from now on.
I shook my head and smiled sadly. Don't bother.
You're so understanding, baby. Oh, I have something to show you. These tabloids love making up lies. She's just a business partner. To them, everything is dirty.
Enough. I noticed a silk scarf sticking out of his pocket. He felt me looking.
Oh, honey, I almost forgot. A client gave me this scarf. Do you like it?
As long as you like it.
You're the sweetest.
He thought I'd forgotten, but he forgot I loved him more than anyone. His former executive assistant, Mia, loved this brand of scarf more than anything. At our wedding, she's wearing a beautiful dress. When Liam tried to kiss me, she stopped him, saying she'd smudge my makeup. She even stepped on my dress at the reception, almost making me fall. Liam fired her right away. After that, I never saw her again. Until last week, when I saw her get into Liam's car. She didn't get out for half an hour. Before I could ask, Liam explained. Mia was a director at another company, and they'd been talking business. Noah, our officiant and best friend who fixed our relationship, was there too. I didn't doubt him. I trusted he was being honest. But now I knew. Mia wasn't his partner. She was someone he called whenever he wanted. My heart swung like a pendulum, unable to settle. How many times had my husband Liam betrayed me? At dinner, Liam kept praising my cooking, but he never took a second bowl. He suddenly remembered something and mentioned the watch.
Oh, honey, where's my watch?
It's charging.
In the mirror, I watched him deleting messages. If he'd looked closer, he would have seen I hadn't logged out yet. But he was too confident in my love for him. He didn't even notice the mistake I left on purpose. Liam went to sign for a package. Then he took my wrist and clasped a bracelet on it. Beautiful emeralds, making my skin glow white.
This is the coat you pointed at in that magazine. I know you loved it but wouldn't spend money. I bought it for you. I'll never forget how hard we fought to be together. I'll make it up to you. I'll make you the happiest woman in the world.
The coat sleeves were tight, and it didn't reach my knees. 2 little signs this coat wasn't my size. I wanted to stay quiet, like couples from my parents' generation. But all I saw was 20-year-old Liam buying me my first wool coat. We were so poor back then, living in a damp, cold basement. He didn't tell me, didn't take me to try it on. But back then, Liam knew my size perfectly. He held me every night. How could he not know how I fit in his arms? But now he loved too many people, held too many people. He mixed us up. I stared at the emerald bracelet and smiled bitterly. Jewelry came in sets. They didn't sell single pieces. He still thought I was that naive girl who didn't know anything.
How does it fit?
I don't want it anymore. I'll buy my own. Give me the credit card.
When did you stop trying to save me money?
If the money I save goes to other women, wouldn't I look like a joke?
Chloe, I'm just kidding.
Liam's smile didn't reach his eyes anymore. I saw it, but I stayed cold. I wasn't going to beg for his love anymore. Before I left, Liam went into the bathroom. The water ran loud at first. Then it stopped, but he still didn't come out. I knew he was hiding something. At the mall, I bought a bunch of things I didn't even want. The bills piled up, but the card never maxed out. I finally realized my husband was truly different now. That night, I lay in bed, staring at the lights outside the window. Once I'd dreamed of having a home with Liam. Now I had a home, but the light inside me was gone.
Chloe, let's have a baby.
We stayed silent all night. Neither of us spoke about it again. When morning came, I looked at the living room. Glue marks still showed in so many places. Table corners, sharp objects, chairs. Every edge was lined with foam, with little notes saying, "Be careful." 7 years ago, I had eye surgery. One eye went temporarily blind, the other was weak. Liam stayed with me nonstop back then, even with the huge pressure of starting his company. He worked himself to the bone to pay for my surgery. In 2 weeks, he was thin and exhausted. Once I called and said my eyes were acting up. Liam rushed back like crazy. A car hit him on the way, throwing him over a meter. But he didn't stop. He limped straight to the hospital. When he got to my room, he hid his bleeding leg behind the bed.
As long as you're okay. As long as you're okay. Chloe, I'm here.
His words were for himself as much as me, begging for me to be safe. Once I could feel love even with my eyes closed. But now the house was bigger, filled with expensive furniture and luxury things. But it felt empty. Lone fear trapped me like a cocoon. I held a bathroom bag with a pregnancy test inside. Once I disposed of it, I'd go to the hospital and end everything.
Go back to sleep. You look like a little panda.
Huh?
I have to go to the office early today anyway. I'll make you some breakfast.
Your tie's crooked. The pregnancy test slipped out of the bag and fell to the floor. I didn't pick it up.
Chloe, don't stress yourself out.
I looked at the test. Liam threw it away, wiping his hands over and over with a wipe. Liam left. I watched his car drive away from the garage. A thought hit me suddenly. For years, I'd been a housewife, never part of his life outside our home. But now I wanted to see what my husband was really like out there. To avoid being seen, I rented a new car. I followed him all the way. Liam parked at the same hotel as yesterday. My hands shook as I gripped the wheel. My knuckles turned white. My chest burned with sadness and anger. A woman walked up right after him. It was the woman from the articles. The emerald necklace around her neck shone brightly in the sun. I never thought the quiet, serious Liam would care this much about someone else. He cared about her in a way he never cared about me. In his eyes, I was worth less than someone he just met. He gave her a necklace worth a house without thinking. I was nothing to him compared to a stranger. A bitter taste rose in my throat. My stomach started cramping badly. Watching this, my heart felt squeezed. Pain was about to burst out of me. I called Liam without thinking. He didn't pick up, just sent a quick text saying he was busy. My hands shook holding the phone. My chest felt tight, and my stomach ached. I forced myself to drive to the hospital, but my body felt weak. The car slowed down. Liam's car honked behind me. I blacked out for a second. The car hit the guardrail. I slammed into the seat, my vision fading. When I came to, Liam's car was parked nearby. He didn't realize it was me and drove away quickly.
Baby, miss me? Rest at home today. I sent you money. Buy something you like. About the baby, I've thought it through. We'll get a professional team and prepare properly.
I stared at the message, cold to the bone. I sent a weak voice note back. Liam, you have no idea what I'm going through right now. While you're cheating, while you're rushing to hide the truth. When I woke up, white ceilings and the smell of antiseptic filled my senses. I touched my stomach automatically. It was flat, but 2 tiny heartbeats were gone. I'd planned to come to the hospital and end it. But the accident came before I could decide. The worst part? Their own father had taken them away. I felt Liam holding my hand. I turned. Liam was asleep, his forehead on my hand. He looked exhausted, a mess. While I was unconscious, Liam had broken down and hurt himself. But it wasn't enough. He knelt beside me, trembling hands touching my face. Tears fell nonstop. soaking the sheets.
Chloe, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you. I really didn't. We'll have kids again. I'll be with you through this. When you leave the hospital, I'll transfer everything to you. I'll go anywhere with you. Chloe, you don't understand. The second Liam knew it was you, he swerved like crazy. He carried you here the whole way. He hasn't left your side once. I've never seen Liam this broken.
Liam stared at me, red-eyed. He didn't speak, but the blood vessels in his eyes screamed how much he loved me. They were telling me to take the easy way out, to stop being unreasonable. I sat up and stared coldly at the fruit basket in Noah's hand.
She loves grapes, doesn't she? Be honest with me.
Chloe, what are you talking about? Who loves grapes? Who would dare take grapes from you?
Liam, I've bought fruit baskets from this shop for friends. There's an empty spot next to the blood oranges. That's where their new grapes go. They posted about it online. I calmly repeated what Noah had said that night. Liam, the girl I found you is better than Chloe. More obedient, too. That idiot Chloe still thinks you won't let her get pregnant because you care about her health. Why do you think I was in front of your car? Liam, you couldn't even wait. You make me sick. Liam, you didn't even have the patience to explain. I'm done with you. We're over. Liam broke down. The man who thought he was perfect had become a joke.
Chloe, when did you find out?
I was stupid. I only knew you were cheating when I heard your message. What you've done disgusts me. The sight of you is utterly repulsive.
Get out! I'm so sorry, Chloe. I only did it twice. I just couldn't resist. I could turn them down at first, but there were endless drinking parties surrounded by all kinds of women. I lost control. But Chloe, please believe me. I never truly fell for anyone else. You're the only one I love. Can we just move on and live a good life together from now on?
This is Mia's favorite tie, isn't it? When you let her in your car, let her cross the line. Did you ever think I was waiting at home? I never changed. But you're not the Liam I loved anymore. So, let's end this.
Liam grabbed my shoulders, shocked.
You're leaving me because I cheated? After all these years, you don't care at all? I said I can change.
Did you care about me when you cheated? You can't change. I don't want to fight anymore. Let me go.
No, Chloe. I'll never let you go. Not until I die. You can't divorce me without my signature.
Liam stormed out. The cold wind made me cough violently. The man who said he loved me couldn't even get the small things right. The window was open, and I couldn't be in the wind. But he was too busy feeling sorry for himself to care. The day I left, Mia called. She sounded hysterical.
Why do you get to marry Liam? Why do you get to push me away so easily? I did everything to get back to him, to be with him. I was willing to be his secret. But he still chose you. He ruined my career, tried to destroy me. He sent the other women to jail, had them tortured abroad. He's using us as to make it up to you.
I felt nothing. I almost laughed. So what? He sent you to tell me how sorry he is, what he's done for me? But I don't want any of it. Tell him hiding won't work. I'm filing for divorce. I hung up and blocked her number. A month passed, and Liam still refused to show up. I had no choice but to stay away from Liam. With enough separation, the marriage would end. For the first time, I felt free. I had so much time. Once I couldn't imagine life without Liam. I thought I'd be heartbroken, destroyed. I thought I'd be ordinary, marry someone I didn't love, live a meaningless life. But now I felt light, at peace. Some decisions should have been made long ago. I got home and turned on the lights, but there was no warmth. Pale lights, a messy living room. Everything looked broken, like a storm had hit. I pulled out a stack of old plane and train tickets, looking at each one. Early morning flights were cheap back then. We'd hug in the airport at midnight. Later, we took crowded trains with no seats, chasing our dreams. Liam held me the whole time, even when the train smelled bad and shook. He spent his little money on a bed for me, standing for 20 hours straight. When we first moved here, our pride was broken. Everything here glittered with wealth. We lived in the cheapest basement. Liam and I grew small flowers in the dark, hoping they'd bloom anyway, just like us. After struggle and pain, we grew, we thrived. But now, the deepest love had been torn out by the roots. Maybe some people were broken from the start. I burned all the photos, all the memories. Staring at the ashes, I felt nothing. This place wasn't home. There was nothing I wanted to keep. As I left the building, I saw someone curled under the streetlight. He was drinking, completely drunk. His white shirt was covered in mud. He He wasn't the calm, powerful man anymore. He was the reckless boy who'd loved me so fiercely. I walked past him without expression, but Liam suddenly hugged me from behind, holding tight, shaking. Tears soaked my shoulder. Liam buried his face in my neck, silent, just crying. Before I lost my patience, he held out his hand. A small pearl earring lay in his palm. It was his first gift to me. Liam had touched it so many times, whispering love words in my ear.
Chloe, give me a chance to make it right. I found these pearls on the beach when we loved each other most. I searched forever for the perfect ones. Let me put them on you again, okay?
Liam smiled, hope returning to his empty eyes. But his movements froze. His hand hung in the air.
What? Just realized my ear hole's closed? When you held my face at night, did you really only think of me? Liam, your love was just words. The Liam who would die for me died at 28 when he loved me most. I still love that version of you, but that's not who you are anymore. You're not the man I fell in love with. You're not the man I married. You're a stranger. These earrings are a cage. I won't pierce my ears again, just like I won't come back to you. I walked past him. The earring fell from his hand. It landed in the snow. He scrambled for it, his hands turning red from cold. I knew he wasn't looking for the earring. He was looking for a second chance, but we both knew we could never go back. Liam finally agreed to the divorce. We met to sign the papers. The snow fell harder. I thought Liam wouldn't show, but a figure in a dark blue coat walked towards me through the snow. Froze. He wore the same coat when we got married. Liam saw my white coat and laughed softly.
We really did think alike.
It started here. It ends here. Liam didn't speak. We signed the divorce papers in silence. When the stamp hit, it was final. We each held a divorce paper, staring at each other, speechless. Liam stood at the door and lit a cigarette. It took him several tries. I automatically shielded him from the wind.
Thank you.
I was about to call a taxi when Liam stopped me.
I'll transfer everything to you. It's all my fault. I'll leave with nothing. Let me drive you one last time. When we get there, I'll go.
I stared at the divorce paper, calm and at peace. I got in the car. The scenery passed by. I stared out the window. We'd driven this road 100 times. Every bus stop, every alley with good noodles, the cheapest market, the stray cats. Every spot made my heart ache.
Chloe, buckle up! Cover your head and duck!
I heard the fear in his voice. I turned and saw a red Porsche speeding towards us. It was Mia. She was crazy. I curled up. Crash. The car spun out of control on the icy road. Liam fought the wheel, but the car wouldn't listen. He couldn't stop it. It crashed into the bridge rail. Half the car hung over the edge. I was terrified.
Liam, you love her so much. Is she worth dying for? You have 5 minutes. Decide, or we all die.
I checked on Liam, staying completely still.
Liam, are you okay?
I'm fine. Unbuckle slowly and run. Don't worry about me.
Liam, don't make me feel guilty forever. We both get out or neither.
Chloe, why are you always so good? Someone like me doesn't deserve saving. People are complicated. I loved you more than anything, but I still did this terrible thing. Chloe, I wanted them to have my babies. Then we'd raise them together. But when I tried, I felt sick. That's when I regretted it.
I didn't want to hear it.
Chloe, she's crazy. We can't trust her. I'll count to 3, then we run. Whatever happens, happens. 3, 2, 1.
I opened the door and jumped. At that exact second, Liam hit the gas and drove straight into the ocean. He went under. Mia stared as Liam sank without hesitation. She turned pale, fell to the ground, screaming.
You love her that much? You'd die for her?
Before Mia could hurt me.
Chloe, if I'd met Liam first, you never would have had him.
I slapped her hard. This is your love? Because he doesn't love you, you destroy yourself and try to kill him? If this is how you love, he never would have loved you, with or without me. You'll never be happy.
Security arrived and took Mia away. Rescuers started searching for Liam immediately.
Liam! Wake up! You still have to make this up to me! We're even now! Why did you do this?
Medics did CPR for 10 minutes, but nothing. Everyone looked solemn. Even the medics sighed, ready to give up. I pushed them aside and did compressions desperately.
Liam, I want you to die because of me! I never want to see you again!
3 minutes later, Liam spit up water and coughed violently. When he woke up, Liam stared at me.
Why didn't you let me die?
You can die.
but not because of me. I don't owe you anything anymore.
I want you to live the rest of your life in guilt. Liam, I want you to live a long, long life. I didn't stay. I never visited Liam. Anyone who's died once doesn't have the courage to try again. I sold everything, put the money in the bank, and invested it. I took the cash and moved to a new city. I didn't have big business plans. I just wanted a photography shop to capture happy moments. Couples recommended me. Soon my walls were covered in their photos. I shot many weddings, followed couples all over the city. In my free time, I photographed ordinary people's lives. Early morning street cleaners, golden ginkgo leaves falling, night barbecue vendors, kids studying beside them, kids walking home from school, sneaking snacks their parents forbidden, glancing at their crushes, cheeks blushing like sunset. Then, 3 years later, someone made a strange appointment.
Can I wear a mask for the photos? I don't want to talk. Just follow me. Shoot whatever you want.
I said yes. His words made me curious. When we met, the man was tall and thin. He didn't speak. I introduced myself politely. He just nodded. We wandered the city, riding red buses, seeing the neon night. We walked in the park, feeling the quiet and the night wind. He loved buying me food, cake, fruit, barbecue, like he was taking care of a kid. I was confused, but he seemed so lonely, like a giver. Maybe he had no friends. So I let him. I told him stories I'd heard and seen, stories of sweet, simple love. When we were about to leave, he went to his car. An earring fell to the ground. Even faded, I recognized it. That person had come back from my forgotten past. I kept the pearl earring. When Liam gave me 3 gifts, I gave it back. In that case, I'm getting married next week. Come. Let the past go. I've moved on. You need to face yourself too. Find a wife and don't hurt her this time. I thought he wouldn't come. Liam never showed at the wedding. During the vows, roses fell all around us. My husband and I kissed, surrounded by romance. This was the wedding I'd wanted, even though I'd always remember. After the wedding, a friend handed me a yellow rose. Yellow roses mean apology, forgiveness, love that can't be fixed. A pearl earring and a note were tied to it. I've seen you happy. Now I can leave peacefully.
He never came back, even when I was old. But workers at the cemetery saw an old man in black. He visited a grave, touching it like it was a lover's face. Until one day he didn't come. They said he died on the last day of winter, the day before spring came, the day he finally let go. I heard the news in my Jangnan courtyard. My hair was white. I touched my cooled teacup. Ostanda flowers covered the ground. My husband tucked my shawl around me. His hand was warm, steady, just like every day for decades. Uncle Jung from the cemetery called, hesitant. The old man in black who visited the nameless grave hadn't come. He died on the last day of the lunar year. The hospital said heart and lung failure. He passed peacefully. My finger paused on the phone. Steam blurred my eyes, but I didn't cry. Almost 80 years old, I'd seen too much loss. Even the panic when Liam crashed into the ocean had faded to calm. I nodded softly and told Uncle Jang I understood. I hung up. My husband sat beside me, didn't ask, just held warm tea to my lips. If you want to go, we'll go. I nodded. Early next morning, my husband drove me to the cemetery outside town. The winter cemetery was quiet, light snow crunching underfoot. Liam's grave was in the corner. No name, just a white stone. Uncle Jang put it there as he'd asked. A wilted yellow rose lay before it, and the polished pearl earring in a small wooden box. Liam must have left them on his last visit. I knelt down, touched the cold stone. The chill spread to my heart. He'd spent his whole life trapped in guilt over me, until the very end. Uncle Jung walked over and handed me a small wooden box. Liam had left it for me when he died. It was old peach wood, smooth, carved with a small daisy, my favorite flower when I was young. I took it, touched the familiar carvings. My heart trembled softly. He'd carved it when we were young. In the basement, he'd carved a daisy for me, wishing my life would bloom toward the sun. I thanked Uncle Jong and left with my husband. In the car, I opened the box. Nothing expensive inside, just a thick diary, yellowed photos, and a small silver ring. The diary cover was white, with one line, "To Chloe, my life of guilt." I opened the diary. His writing went from strong to messy and weak. His health had gotten bad, hard to hold a pen. The first page was the day we divorced. Heavy snow. He stood at the door, watching my car until it was gone. He said at that moment he realized he'd lost the girl who'd stood by him through everything, lost his own past. He wrote, "The reason I made you take birth control wasn't because I didn't want kids. I was scared for your health. You'd had major surgery young. The doctor said pregnancy was too dangerous. I was terrified of the C-section, of losing you. So I lied with Noah, made you think I didn't want kids. He wrote that when he found out I'd secretly stopped taking the pill, he was both overjoyed and terrified. He'd secretly bought tiny baby clothes and shoes, hiding them in the study closet, planning to protect me with everything he had if I really got pregnant. But in the end, he couldn't resist temptation. He lost himself to desire and the glittering world, to drinking parties and empty praise. Liam wrote that his entanglement with Mia was just a moment of foolishness. He never loved her. He'd just been blinded by vanity and temporary pleasure, forgetting who he really was and what mattered most. He wrote that when he saw the pregnancy test, he was overjoyed. He wanted to hold me right away and tell me everything was ready, but the test had faded in water. He thought I was sad about not being able to get pregnant, so he threw it away, planning to take things slowly with me. No rush, no pressure. He wrote that he didn't mean to cut me off in the crash. He'd just seen a slow car ahead, thought it was a stranger, and honked. Only when I was pulled out, bleeding, did he realize how badly he'd hurt me. Some mistakes are too big to fix, even with a lifetime of trying. He wrote that in the hospital, watching me lie there lifeless, he wanted to die. He slapped himself, hit the walls, but nothing could ease his guilt. He wrote that after the divorce, he transferred all his assets to me not to make up for it, but to make sure I'd never want for anything again, never suffer. Liam wrote that Mia came to him later, hysterical. He ruined her career and got rid of the other women, not to prove himself to me, but to make everyone who hurt me pay. He wrote that for years he'd followed me quietly. He watched me open my photography studio, watched me take happy photos, watched me marry a gentleman, watched me live peacefully and happily. He said seeing me happy gave him peace, but that peace was filled with endless regret. The diary also said his health was ruined the day he drove into the ocean. He didn't hit the gas to kill himself. He just wanted to distract Mia so I could escape safely. The cold seawater damaged his lungs and heart. He coughed terribly every winter after that. Later, he was hit by a car saving a child who ran into the street. His leg broke, and his health got even worse. The doctor said he wouldn't live much longer. I turned page after page. His words were like a soft knife, opening old memories, but there was no pain, only quiet understanding. So many things back then had secrets I never knew. Liam's love had never just been words. He'd just loved in the wrong way, lost his way. None of it mattered anymore. Time passed. All the love, hate, and anger turned to dust, gone with the years. The last pages of the diary were about his daily life all those years. He'd go near my studio, sit in a corner cafe, watching me work, laugh with customers, walk home hand in hand with my husband. He collected all my published photos, taped them on his wall, and looked at them every day. He went to the basement where we once lived. It was gone, replaced by a small park. He'd sit there for hours, remembering the old days. He wrote that if he had another life, he wanted to be an ordinary man, stay by my side, make no mistakes, and love me forever. I closed the book, set it on my lap, and watched the scenery pass. My heart was calm.
It's all over now.
Yes, it was all over. When we got home, I put the diary and photos in my study cabinet, next to my old photography albums. The silver ring was the one he'd made to propose. We'd just gotten married legally without a wedding, so he'd kept it hidden. Inside the ring were our names, Chloe, Liam, and a tiny heart. I put it on my finger. It fit perfectly, like it was made just for me. But it was decades too late. It no longer belonged to me. A few days later, I found my old photography album. Inside was a photo I'd never seen. It was me, standing at the studio door, smiling as I took a customer's photo. Sunlight wrapped around me in a soft glow.
In the corner, a blurry figure stood on the street, watching me from far away. It was Liam. He must have taken it secretly. I looked at the photo and smiled softly, completely at peace. All his life, he'd watched me be happy, until the very end.